This is Andy Gutierrez from StarWars.com, and you are listening to Coffee with Kenobi with Dan Z. This is the podcast you're looking for.
This is James Arnold Taylor, and you're listening to Coffee with Kenobi. I have a good feeling about this.
Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of CWK Live. I'm your host, Dan Zehr. So excited and delighted to talk Star Wars with each and every one of you. So it is great to see all of you. One of our good friends let us know that sometimes the audio doesn't sound as good when we're watching live as far as volume. So please let me know if you can't hear me, and I will do my best. It looks like I'm set on this end, but as always, let me know. We try to solve problems here at Coffee with Kenobi because we want to talk Star Wars with our people. And that's all of you. Speaking of, let's bring in our friends. Hello, Robert. He says, happy Monday. Great to see you. Mary is here. Hello, Mary. Happy Monday to you. Adam is with us. Happy Bad Batch Eve to you, Adam. Jason is here. Bright Suns. Darren is here. And we've got a special guest, student of mine, Jackson Sonderman. Jackson, hello. I'm not sure how you're commenting on Twitter. I didn't think that was possible, but I am glad that you are. And it is great to see you, pal. Great to see you. All right, so what is the show for tonight? What are we going to talk about? All right, let's take a look. We're going to have your top 5 moments from the most recent Bad Batch episode, Flash Strike. It is the penultimate episode in this series, not only in Season 3, but in this actual series. And I've been promising this for a while. It's time for an Aurebesh quiz, and I am really excited about it. So let's go ahead right now and take a look at what's brewing in the world of Star Wars this week. All right, so let's do some Aurebesh. As promised, I've got a little quiz for you, but before we get to that, we've got to do our new letter for the week. So let's take a look at that. So I'm going to highly encourage you to get out your piece of paper and start writing because it's time for a little bit of a quiz. First, we'll do a little review. You'll hear me using my Coffee with Kenobi stationery right here. So let's do a quick recap. There's the letter A, letter B, and again, if you can, grab a piece of paper and do this. This is like your little, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that. Just, you'll see. Bear with me. There's the letter C, D, E. Again, I think it's so funny. People listening to this like, oh, he's saying the alphabet. Congratulations. Letter F, letter G, H, which is 3 sideways horizontal lines. The I is like the number 1. The J, again, is that hand that you're holding upside down like a Lego hand of a minifig. There's the letter K. There's the letter L. There's the letter M. I'm laughing at what Jackson's probably saying. What is going on? We've got the letter N, which is an upside down V with a half circle next to it. The letter O. The letter P, which always reminds me of like someone pinching. That's how I remember that. The letter Q. R, which is just a good old-fashioned 7. Brian says, sorry I'm late to class. I do have a hall pass. That's good, Brian. I will verify that. Looks like you're in good shape. The letter S and the letter T are very, very similar. They just kind of turn on one another. The T goes straight down. The U is from last week. And then this week, we've got a V, which is, we've got the letter V, which looks like the real alphabet letter Y. But in Aurebesh, the Star Wars written language, the letter V is the letter Y. So I don't know why they did that. Oh, I don't know why they did it. Not a pun intended, but still, not bad. Not bad. Thank you very much, everyone. So let's do the quiz. All right. I've been promising this for a while. I'm excited for this. So here's the words I want you to spell right now in Aurebesh. So get your piece of paper out, and I want you to write. Now try not to cheat, because this is a quiz to see how well you're doing and how much you have learned from Aurebesh. So first, let's spell Ahsoka. And in case you don't know how to spell, actually, there it is right there. Now I got to think about what the K is. Oh, I think I remember. All right, so there's Ahsoka. And then you're going to have to spell Tano. This is, again, is really fun because you can really test yourself to see how you're doing. After you spell Tano and Aurebesh, then you're going to spell coffee because why not? Why not indeed? 2 F's and then 2 E's. So hopefully you remember how to spell to use the E. It's so funny looking at these. There's mine, real quick. Let's see how we're doing. After Kenobi, we're going to spell Jedi. And if you're listening at home, pull over if you're driving, because or wait and listen when you're actually sitting somewhere, and see if you can write these names in, or these nouns in Aurebesh. So now 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to spell Kenobi. Kenobi. And I got to remember this is a podcast too, so I can't just write and not talk. That would be very unappealing for someone listening to the show. Try to think of all those things that we've talked about over the years. It seems like years. Over the past few months, different things I've told you to try to help remember these. And then you'll write the Bad Batch. And then you'll write summer. So let's see. Let's write the Bad Batch first. Let's see. What is H? I'm suddenly having a hard time remembering what H is. Oh, I guess I already used an H. Yeah. Bad. This should be easy. B-A-D. Those are letters we've been spending a lot of time on over the years. Okay. Oh, yeah. And then batch, B-A-T-C-H. I hope everybody's doing this, because otherwise it's just sort of me being a fool, which, that's okay. That's okay. B-A-T-C, and then H. And then finally, summer, because we are getting close to summertime. I couldn't remember the J initially, but I think I got it. Jason says, yeah, I'm suddenly struggling with the M. Oh, wait, it's like now I remember. It's like the muscle. But what did I, L-M-N-O-P? So what did I do for U? Let's see, U is one we just did the other day. I think I kind of remember how that looks. M is like somebody doing a muscle. E. And then R. We haven't used an R yet, so let me think about that. What does the R look like? L-M-N-O-P-Q-R. I can't remember R. I'm going to just guess. Yeah, if you're not sure, just guess, right? Just guess. All right, are we ready to look at some answers here? Larry says, I struggle with the K and the M. The rest aren't too bad. Oh, good. All right, well, let's see how we did. There's Ahsoka, okay? Ahsoka, how did you do? I'm going to check my work here. Okay, I got Ahsoka correct, so that's 1 out of 1 for me. Phew. I don't think that's going to be the way with all these, but there's how you spell Ahsoka. So check your work and weigh in and see how you did. Let me know how you did, because I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for trying this. I'm so proud of you for challenging your brain, because this isn't easy. And I'm so proud of you for trying a new skill, because why not, right? The font that I have here with the translation is a little close, but so there's Ahsoka. There's how you spell Tano. The T A. Oh, I got my M and N confused. Rats. So I messed that one up. So that's a -1 for me because I flip-flopped my M and my N. Yeah, M-T-A-N. Wait a second. I think I spelled it wrong when I created this slide. Oops. Yeah, the M that's wrong. The one that we have up there, that's an M, but it's T-A-N-O. So ignore that. That's wrong. So poo-poo on me. I spelled it right on my paper, but not on this. Let's try this one. Coffee. C-O-F-F. My F is backwards. I did the line on the left. I did it on the right. But I got the E's correct. So I'm going to mark myself off for that too because, hey, it's not completely right on the money. Mary said it's wrong. Yes, yeah, for sure. The M and the N is I flip-flop, but it is, let's see. There's Kenobi, K-E-N. Now there's the correct N, T-A-N-O. There's the correct N. So use that N. You see the third letter in Aurebesh, and that's what your N should look like. So K-E-N-O-B-I. I got that one right. Let's see, K-E-N-O-B-I. Okay, I got that one right. Here is Jedi. Let's see, how do I do a Jedi? I'm looking. Yeah, I got that one right. And then the Bad Batch. It seems more complicated, but it's really not. There's T-H-E-B-A-D-B-A-T-C-H. T-H-E-B-A-D-B-A-T-C. Okay, I got that one right. It's just that M and N that messed me up. And there is Summer, S-U. My U, so I did my U and my F backwards. The F is your favorite. Liberty says, I remember that. And then there's the E and the R. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully everybody got them correct. Pretty fun. This was a good challenge. I'll have to keep doing these quizzes because they help me as well. Oh, I thought I had added a slide here that shows how to do them all. Oh well, that's okay. The style of it is so fun. I think it's a fun thing to do. So, speaking of fun things, let's go into our top 5. As promised, we're going to do our top 5 moments from Star Wars The Bad Batch Flash Strike. Jason says I got 6 out of 7. I think I would have spelled Kenobi correctly, but I accidentally skipped it. Well, you know what? I'm just going to count it for you because I'm sure you did it correctly. I just need to practice more, but you know, I always say that, so I still need to do it. The top 5 moments from The Bad Batch Flash Strike. As you know, if you want to be really good at something, there's no such thing as too much practice, unless you're not, eating or something. All right, top 5. Here's something fun that I did tonight. Just for fun, I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint as to what my top 5 is going to be for this entire thing. Hey, look what I did. I gave you my top 5 in Aurebesh just for fun to see if you can quickly translate it. I was so excited to do this. But now we'll go into the basic, the English of it. So my number 5 is Dryax Prowls. This is that creature that we saw in the first episode of season 3, and then we see it here in this episode as Rampart is complaining about the Bad Batch, and he goes and he leans against what he thinks is just some sort of like a resting place, and it's not. It's that massive creature who's beautifully animated, and I like the terror and the suspense. The Bad Batch has done so much stuff this season with creating creatures and monsters and little moments of fun terror, and the Dryax prowling around was a really fun part of this episode. Number 5 for Adam, Lurka Hounds, Dryax, and Zillo Beasts. Oh my, exactly, and thank you, Adam. Great to see you here. So good. Number 5 for Brian. My brothers are for Darren. My brothers are coming. Yes, I love that part too. Brian's number 5 is Rampart is captured. Jason's 5, access denied. I could read the Aurebesh. Isn't that a great feeling? I love doing that too. Like you pause it and you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, I can read this. Liberty's number 5. Emery saying children instead of specimens. She's really starting to see what they are doing in the Empire. Fabulous. And very intense. Sarah's got number 1. Omega feeling the laser cannons. They found me. The kids ask who. And she says, my brothers. And Sarah, welcome back to the show. Mary is here. The music at the very beginning of the show set the entire tone for the episode, which is absolutely true. And the Kinders continue to do that for the season. If you're watching it on Twitter, Jackson looking at you, or anybody who happens to be watching it on Twitter, this show on Twitter tonight, please retweet and let everyone know that you're watching. If you're on Facebook, please tag and share. Or on YouTube, share a link, because the more people to watch this, the more people we can contribute to our Coffee with Kenobi community. Number 5 for Robert is the Dryax. Similar to my number 5, I think the Dryax is a very, very cool creature. Very cool. All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4 for me, I put, Sarah says, sorry, I meant 5. I missed last week, had to work late. No problem, Sarah. We saved you a spot as always. Number 4, I put Cover Me. This is when Omega is empowering the rest of the kids inside this prison that they're in. And once they're inside here, they have no one to turn to. But they look to Omega, who just naturally asserts herself. And I shouldn't say asserts, because that has kind of sort of an aggressive undertone, which isn't really true. But she just sort of presents herself as someone that they can trust. And they don't really know what that means. They're not military. They don't have any training, but they trust her. Her quiet calm and her resolute action. And I just think it's a great character piece. Really quick, really subtle, but it really leads to some great moments of empowerment, I think. Let's see. Robert's for Crosshair's impeccable flying skills despite piloting a damaged ship. That's right. He still makes it happen. Mary's number 4. The kid's not understanding what cover me meant, but then absolutely covering for Omega. Yes. Again, Mary and I'm always, it seems like I'm copying off of Mary's paper. Maybe that is what's happening. Just kidding. Darren's number 4. Interesting. Crosshair mentions how it's not a place you easily forget, and then shakes his right hand. I hope they answer why or how his hand ended up shaky. I do too. It's certainly psychosomatic, I would think, but we haven't gotten official confirmation, so that'll be cool. Number 4 for Adam. Suspension of disbelief moment. Does the cargo hold on Imperial shuttles rotate like the Slave One? If not, how are they standing upright on the floor while the ship is upside down attached to the belly of the science vessel? Yeah, that's a good question. Artificial gravity, maybe? I don't know. That's a great question. That's why I always like that Star Wars is science fiction. It's not science fiction, but it's science fantasy, because then I can just suspend my disbelief. But it is an interesting thing to think about. I'm going to go with the gravity situation. The artificial gravity. Jason's 4. Did Rampart make it? Wrecker. Unfortunately, yes, says Hunter. I heard that, Rampart. I love the subtle humor in the episode. I like that exchange as well. It's quite fun. Number 4 for Sarah. Wrecker asking if Rampart made it. Hunter saying, unfortunately. Hilarious. Number 4 for Liberty. The classic stolen armor moment with Echo. The entire moment with Echo and Emery. I didn't know what to think of Emery at first, but she's coming around for me. Yes, she is interesting. I'm really interested to see what happens with her. In the last episode, it's kind of, are we sad it's the finale? I want to just kind of pause for a second. Yes, I'm sad that the finale is just in a couple days. But I also celebrate the fact that we're getting a complete story. Remember when Clone Wars was canceled and we didn't even know what was going to happen with Ahsoka for years and years? We're not going to have that with us. I'm so grateful. And I can't wait to see what happens. Hopefully, we'll get to see more of these characters in some way, shape, or form. I have no idea. What I know is I'm really enjoying this ride, that we've got a beginning, a middle, and end. So, fabulous. Let's see. Number 4 for Sarah. Wrecker asking if Rampart made it. Hunter saying, unfortunately. Liberty's for the classic Stormtrooper. Oh, we did say that. Liberty, artificial gravity, remember in Rebels when I turned it off as part of the plan? That's what I was thinking too. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Yeah. That makes sense to me. Otherwise, it just wouldn't work and they'd be upside down. Number 3, Rampart. I think I just put Rampart every week of the past couple weeks because I love him. I liked his high-pitched scream when he was scared. I like his indignance. I like his frustration. I like him being thrown out of out of the spacecraft while they're holding onto that cable, and just him being solely unprepared. Like, it's easy to order people around, right? But when you actually have to do something, and you actually have to help or do something that's action-based or kinetic, he's not used to that, apparently. And he was scared out of his mind, but it was funny. You almost, I mean, I don't pity him because he's in a situation where he's helping people. He's not in, I mean, he's in danger, but he's in good hands with the Bad Batch. So it's a really fun juxtaposition. But either way, I find him really engaging as a character in these last few episodes. Let's see. Mary's 3 is the Zillow Beast appearance, which Neil Baker, who talked about the Bad Batch with us, with Mason and I last week, he loves the Zillow Beast. He was thrilled by that too. I would say the Zillow Beast is my honorable mention, by the way. Number 3 for Robert, Rampart screaming and whimpering. I promise I don't enjoy seeing anyone suffer. I just found this sounds humorous. I agree, and I feel exactly the same way. It was funny, like it was supposed to be funny. I didn't enjoy him being scared, but he's a fictional character, and it was funny, and he wasn't hurt. Number 3 for Darren, you'd think Rampart would gain some respect after witnessing what the Bad Batch can do, such as how they got off the transport shuttle. You know, that's interesting. Show some respect, yes, but he doesn't, does he? Not really. Crosshair from Sarah. Crosshair saying, I owe Omega, didn't leave me behind. That was a huge moment. I really like that one too. And Brian says 3, Echo doing some droid bashing and gets a hand, which is pretty cool. Larry's number 3, the Zillow Beast. I cannot wait, she puts in all caps. Right? And that's from season 2 of Metamorphosis when they capture that one, assuming it's the same one. Number 3 for Adam, Rampart is still the butt of everyone's jokes. I love it. I love that too. Jason 3 on it. On what? You don't want to know. What do you expect him to do? Try not to hit anything on the way down. Then Hunter pushes him out. Great job on that. Hilarious. Again, Rampart kind of is a show stealer. Kind of a scene stealer, isn't he? Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is I've changed. Rampart saying, you used to believe that good soldiers follow orders. And then Crosshair says, it depends on who's giving the orders. And then Crosshair says that he's changed. Rampart doesn't believe it, but I still maintain, as I said on the show last week, I think he doesn't believe that Crosshair changed because he doesn't believe that he can change. So we'll see. We'll see, but I really like that honesty. Again, if you would have told me at the end of the Clone Wars, when we meet the Bad Batch, or in season 1, what Crosshair is like, if you would have told me I would have cared about Crosshair and found him sympathetic, I would have really doubted that. And now it's happening. He's changed, and his actions and his words are showing that, and it's terrific. Okay, let's see what other people have. Darren's 2, Echo's movements and interactions on the computers on the transport, which is really great. Number 2 for Adam, high altitude tuck and roll. Oh, that's a good part, Adam. Good call. Jason's 2, the interaction between Echo and Emery. You're a clone. How can you be a part of this? It was, yeah, I like seeing them talk. It was a quick scene, but it was very honest. And Echo's asking Emery the questions that we were wondering. Number 2 for Robert, did Rampart make it? From Wrecker. And Hunter says, unfortunately, yes. I laughed. I literally LOL'd every time I watched that. Sarah's 2, Echo shoots the protocol droid and takes his hand and says thanks for the hand as he walks away. Fun little pun. Mary's 2, Echo's importance throughout the episode, from taking the hand off the droid to his encounter with Emery. His actions were so important to the mission. Yes, they were. Liberty, same as you, Dan, just Rampart. The humor they use in such dangerous situations and the way they use Rampart. Tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. And again, I mentioned this at the top show, but if you're listening right now live and the audio's not coming through, let me know so I can see if I can do some adjusting on my end. Number 2 for Brian, Omega's high suspense crawling through the ductwork to find the Zillow Beast, which is a terrific scene reminiscent of other movies. You think of Die Hard, things like that. But climbing through the vents, they did that in Rebels. It's just great, exciting stuff. And especially with those cartridges or liners or whatever they are that are zipping around through the interior ductwork, and there's a party that worries she's going to get hit by them, or who knows. Obviously it didn't happen, but it really is a nice aura of suspense. But now let's go to our number 1 moment from the penultimate episode of Star Wars The Bad Batch. For me, I put Echo's ingenuity. Echo, I think, is an unsung hero, as I've said many times. Him taking that droid's hand, also voiced by Steven Stanton, by the way, and adding it and then walking around and having it and making himself blend like a trooper. It's just so intelligent and so smart. I went on this huge rant about it on the show last week where I talked about him owning who he is and just his cleverness and his resourcefulness, and he doesn't give up. He's so tenacious, like everybody in the Bad Batch. There's just something incredible and empowering about Echo's ingenuity here, and plus using the hand and attaching it to himself. I don't know, I'd never thought of that before with a droid, and he functions just fine without it, but he uses it to blend in, and he finds benefit in it. And I just think it's just fascinating. I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, let's see here. Mary's one, Omega telling the other kids her brother had found her, which was a wonderful moment and very exciting. One of my students said, Mr. Star, I love that part. It got me so excited. Yeah, it was really great. Darren's number one, Omega has a plan, and that's how it ends, which is a terrific little cliffhanger yet again. Robert's one, the return of the Zillo Beast, and kind of hoping for the revenge of the Zillo Beast. Ooh, wouldn't that be interesting? Number one for Jason, Omega realizing her brothers have found her, and her confident determination to escape with the other kids. I have a plan. I'm going to need your help. One more episode. Here we go. That just got me extra excited for the last episode, Jason. Adam's number one, a rodeo record didn't make it 8 seconds riding the dry axe. Now that's funny. Now that deserves a laugh track. Hold on. Sarah's in one, Zillow, I hope they rescue it. Also, yes, that would be nice. I certainly don't know there's a cage big enough, but who knows what'll happen. Liberty's one, Omega, they found me, my brother. I had chills. Such great writing. Omega has just become a part of Clone Force 99. Yes, I agree. And she's just one of the coolest characters in Star Wars. Brian's number one, Omega's skills to realize it was laser cannon fire that the Bad Batch had found her. Isn't it cool that she recognizes that? I love that so much too. All right, so did it line up what I wrote? It did. What do you know? What do you know, everybody? How about that? So next week, we're going to talk about the finale of the Bad Batch. I hate to say it, but I'm also excited to say it because this story deserves a conclusion, and it's called The Cavalry Has Arrived, and we will arrive next Monday night and talk all about this finale. So now, let's take a look and jump into Ask Dan Z. All right, so this is your chance to ask me any questions you want to about Star Wars, about this episode specifically, about other episodes or Force/Star Wars related questions, and I will do my best to answer them. While you're thinking about that, do not forget that June 16th to the 20th in 2025, we are going on the Disney Wish. Coffee with Kenobi and Mouse Fan Travel are taking a voyage of a lifetime. You can hang out with me in the Hyperspace Lounge and on the Disney Wish, one of the largest cruise ships in existence. It's got an amazing Star Wars kids area, the Hyperspace Lounge I talked about. It's just going to be an absolute blast. And if you feel like you missed out last year when we went on the Halcyon together, this is your chance to do it. And I think most of the band is getting back together from the Halcyon, so we hope that you will join us. Go to coffeewithkenobi.com/DisneyWish and get a no-cost, no obligation quote, and you can pay as you go, by the way, after you make your deposit. So there's a lot of things to be really excited about with this. Let's see. Brian says Omega, number one for him was Omega's skills to realize those laser cannon fire in the batch had found her. Gosh, I think I said that already. Well, anyway, sorry. Either way, Brian, I put it up there twice because you're awesome. Jason, any fun plans for Star Wars Day? I'm going to make Obi-Wan kebabs and Yoda's soda from my Star Wars cookbook. Now that sounds fun. You know, they're playing the original trilogy here in Central Illinois, and I also am doing a presentation at DePaul University in Chicago for, they have a big academic conference. So if I can share that online, I will. I will let you know about that. I'm looking forward to that and some other fun things too. Liberty wants to know, am I going to Japan for celebration? That, Liberty, is very much up in the air. I'd say it's 50-50 right now. So we shall see. I will let everyone know. I hope I get to. Mary, have you seen Jennifer Corbett's tweets yesterday and this afternoon? Oh my gosh, some cryptic messages about the finale. I have, and Jennifer is awesome. She's very clever. Very clever. Sarah, will you be watching Phantom Menace in theaters over May the 4th weekend? I'm going to try to, Sarah. I'm really going to try to. Did I buy the blue milk? Nick wants to know. I did. My wife brought it home on Saturday as a surprise for Mason and I, and we drank almost all of it right away. And it's very sweet. It's like vanilla milk. Have you ever had powdery vanilla milk? But it's fun, and it's great. I'm going to have to post some pictures of that. Any plans for May the 4th? He wants to know. Brian wants to know. Brian's doing a Rebel Legion troop for the AAA baseball team here in Indy. Now, Brian, that's cool. I hope you post pictures of that. I would love to see them. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you a clip from this week's CWK Pour-Over. Let's not get all crazy yet with the outro. This week on CWK Pour-Over, we talked about episodes, 3 and 4 of X-Men, this revolutionary series that I dare say is one of the best things Marvel's ever done. It's very adult. It's very mature. It's very intense. Someone said, I think it was Nick, said this is more like a HBO Max series. And I agree with that because the adult tone and the things that happen, but it's really good. Here's a little clip of us breaking it down from the beginning of our CWK Pour-Over episode. And then afterwards, I'll tell you a little bit more about CWK Pour-Over. There haven't been too many times where we're talking about something where I just don't have a lot to bring to the table, because I'm not as into a specific story or storyline as my dear friends here on the show. And I'm so thankful for the both of you for encouraging me to watch this, because as always, I learned so much from the two of you, and I appreciate you expanding my palette of the world of fiction.
Absolutely. Let's not forget our other friendly mutant. It is the ex-baby, Tom Gross.
I win.
He's the mutant love child. Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Hello, everybody. Good to be here. And Dan, I can't tell you how happy I am that you are enjoying these shows. It makes me happy because, man, these shows have really just kind of blown my socks off.
All right, there you have it. That is what. Now I can hit the outro music. That's just the beginning. We like to be silly. We like to have fun. We like to talk about the pop culture that you're interested in, as well as we are interested in. Of course, we throw in some Star Wars too. It's myself, Corey Clubb, who's the co-creator of Coffee with Kenobi, and naturally, Tom Gross. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this week as we talk about the penultimate episode, Flash Strike, Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Very much looking forward to that. Sarah tried the blue milk. She said it tastes like a vanilla shake. I confirm that as well. That's true, Sarah. Totally agree. Liberty says, I need to know how we can make Obi-Wan kebabs so they're well done like Anakin. Oh, Liberty, that's a rim shot. Do I have a rim shot? There you go, Liberty. Nice job. Nick is still looking for the blue milk. May the force be with you, buddy. Hope you find it. Brian says, loving the breakdown of X-Men 97 and hearing your thoughts. Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you for reaching out in the CWK Cafe and on the Alliance, too. Jason's going to post a photo of the kebab and the casa, and let me try that again. Liberty, Jason's going to post a photo of the kebab recipe in the cafe. Fantastic. Have a great week, everyone, and May the 4th be with you. Yes, I hope everybody has a wonderful May the 4th. It's a fun, unofficial Star Wars day. Celebrate Star Wars with your family. Remember, Star Wars is about family, found family, belief in good in other people, and just being awesome, like you. So thank you so much for being awesome, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Be sure to tune in to Coffee with Kenobi this week as we break down the finale of Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Then here next Monday, we'll talk about it together. Thank you so much, my friends. May the stars light your way. I'm Dan Zehr, and this is the podcast you're looking for.
This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or Lucasfilm Limited. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars, all names, sounds, and any other Star Wars-related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Disney and their respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Coffee with Kenobi unless otherwise indicated.
This is the podcast you're looking for.